Hello everybody, for today's adventure we are starting the day off here in the bus station of Villahermosa. And where are we going today?
We're going to Palenque.
Palenque, the ancient ruins of Palenque. So join us on this little Pedroza adventure with my dad here. And we are off 2 hours later than expected because of the rains. Apparently there was some kind of accident on the road and it delayed things, but we are finally moving now, so that's good. And we'll see what the road's like out to Palenque. We have now crossed over into the state of Chiapas, but we don't really recognize anything because it's pretty much all the same. The whole way it's been the same way. Very pretty, green, lots of jungle. I imagine it's been like this way for a long time. It doesn't really change. I'm not sure what this area is. It's like some kind of inspection place. Like they're making you declare, or maybe not declare, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. It's definitely an inspection station of some sort. Looks like some kind of border crossing, but we're not close to a border yet, so it's kind of interesting. We are now coming into the town of Palenque. It's a Pueblo Magico, small town, as you can see, but we're gonna check out and see what there is to see in this site. We have arrived now to Palenque. It's time to get off the bus and find a taxi to the archaeological zone. Well, we opted out of the tour and now we're doing colectivo to take us in, so we'll see how that goes. One thing you need to know is you have to buy two things. First is this wristband that cost 40 pesos, and then you have to buy this actual entrance ticket that cost 70 pesos. Don't worry too much about it because the colectivo will stop at each of the ticket booths, so you'll have no problem buying it. Just have the money ready. Okay, we finally got into the archaeological park here, and we're just following the pathway up, and lots of people taking pictures in front of the ceiba trees, and just gotta keep on walking now. So this is the pyramid of King Pakal, and over here to the right is where the archaeologists entered in. Well, they actually entered in through the top, and they came down and they made this side tunnel so they could get pieces out for the king. But basically it was discovered by accident. They were sweeping one day up on the top there and they saw a little notch, and they decided to pull out the notch, and then there was rocks underneath, and then they found a tunnel and they kept on going, and down at the bottom there was a tomb, and it had a sarcophagus rock on top of it, and it weighed 7 tons, and they had to get a hoist going on down there, and now the mask and the bones are now in the National Museum. So what did you just say about the levels of this pyramid?
We have 9 slots. Each one symbolizes each one of the stages that goes to the underworld. That's where Pakal, King Pakal went to the infraworld, to the underworld after you die. You go to the underworld, and you get to go through 9 stages that are full of dangers.
Been the palace. This is
where the families of the nobility used to live, over here.
Yep. He would party here.
From time to time they will enlarge the
Yeah.
construction.
Yep. Over here on this side of the palace, you can see some of the original stucco artwork still on the walls here. Still a little bit is preserved on the steps here. Unfortunately, they don't let you go into the palace anymore because too many people take crazy selfies. Here's an offering table here. You can see there's all sorts of interesting things. You can still see some red on the walls over there, which is pretty cool. This is an ancient river, ancient man-made river that they would use to get water into the city. Yeah. Looks like we'll have to go around if we want to go that way because they won't let you go this way. Going up some stairways here to go to the Cross Temple is where we're going. Little side structure here. We're on the back of a big structure here. Coming up to the Plaza of the Crosses. There's this cool hieroglyphic there of this warrior, and he's putting his arms up like he's mad. You can barely zoom in there to get the picture, but that's pretty cool. Fortunately, a lot of the pathways are closed right now, but luckily I have a zoom feature. Wow, up here you can still see all the different rockwork on it. Some of the stucco's still on it. So that's pretty cool. You can see that there was feathers. That one almost looks like a bus. So this pyramid here would be the Pyramid of the Sun, named Gil. And there's military badges and other religious figures on here, so that's kind of cool on that one. This is the temple to the foliated cross, and it was dedicated to the corn god, which of course would have been important. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to climb up to it right now, but it's pretty amazing. You can see how things would have been constructed back then. Awesome backdrop. Here on the map, you can see what it would look like back then with the different rooms. I zoomed in a little bit, and so here you can see some of the detailing. You can see some of that corn growing in the archway there. So that's kind of cool. Right now, the sign says, because this area does not have enough space for social distancing, you can't go up to see it. So hopefully soon they'll open that up again. This temple here was an offering temple, but inside were some tombs, so they offered people. It was a burial site too. 18 people were uncovered here, and all were lined in a northward direction just outside of the tomb there. From here, you get an excellent view of the observatory station. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to try to zoom in over here. That is a great view of the observatory. From back here, you can see some more of the hieroglyphs on the walls here. Pretty cool. See if I can zoom in on some of them for you. Unfortunately, this is as close as I can go, but I can see up there on the top there's a cool stone and a bunch of different designs on the wall over there, so that's kind of cool. Like most Mayan sites, there was always a ball court, so we're arriving on the ball court here. The archways are no longer here, but you can clearly see the slanted slopes and the mounds on which people would gather up, and the winner would be sacrificed so that he could become part of the noble warriors. I'm sitting under a mango tree here, which is dangerous because there's all these ripe mangoes that keep on falling, so I gotta keep on moving or a mango might fall on my head, which I kind of find funny, but you gotta watch it. I can hear the bugs here going up to this temple. Let's see what's here on the bottom part. I think there's some stuff that we can see from the bottom. This looks pretty cool. You can see the eyes. Pretty cool. And the headdress. He's holding a scepter. This is the north temple facing, which has different sizes each one, which means they were built at different times. Very interesting grouping here. So the Count Waldock, I don't know where he's from. I'm guessing era de España, from Spain.
No, yo creo que era inglés.
Oh, English guy. He came here and he used this temple as his home. He was living in this temple while he was here. I don't think that's very good, but that's what he did in the mid 1800s. Looks like he would have had plenty of space up there. There was like 3 different rooms up there that he could stay in. Kind of crazy. We're now on some sort of trail that I don't even know where the trail goes to, but I'm assuming it goes back to the entrance. They got this very interesting wall here. Very old wall. Oh yeah, look up there. There was a face in there. I can see it. There was something up in this niche. Oh look, you can hear. You can hear the animals. That's pretty cool. I saw a jaguar earlier, but I wasn't able to get a shot of that. That was pretty crazy. It was a black jaguar. It's like a braided piece of hair there. Those vines, pretty cool looking. How they come off and they're twisted like that. Pretty cool looking at all the flowers there. All those cool flowers coming off. Well, apparently we just paid 20 pesos to go to the museum. That's actually closed. So no museum here right now. It's closed. It was supposed to be open though. We are now in the town of Palenque, which is a Pueblo Magico. And I'm looking at a bunch of bunny rabbits over there. And a doggy. And basically we're looking for a restaurant called Las Tinajas, which is supposedly down this way. And then we'll probably just head back from there or try to find those waterfalls. Looks like we found that restaurant we were looking for. See, that's the key. It was recommended by the Colectivo guy. Looks like typical food here, about 200 pesos. So that's like $10. So I'm just gonna check out and see what they got. So I've got pineapple water here and tlacoyos, which are kind of quesadillas, sort of. And I think they have some beans inside of it and cheese on the outside, so we're gonna try them out. They have beans, it's kind of like a little bit fried, but mostly just cooked. And then beans on the inside, and then cheese on the outside. You have nopales, so good stuff. The main course was chilaquiles, but this thing is huge. I'm not gonna be able to finish this thing. Maybe half of this thing. And then my dad over there got fish because he always gets fish. That's pretty much what he always gets. Getting out the bones of a fish. This is pretty sad. This is probably one of the best chilaquiles plate that I've ever had. And it's just too much. I can't eat it all. It's too much good food. I can't take another bite, and they're really good, which is just sad. And my dad's still finishing off his fish, so that's what we're doing. I'm just sad. It's so good, but if I eat any more, I'm gonna get sick, so I have to stop here. Here in the town of Palenque right now, you can see some murals, which is kind of cool. Just looking at all the different stores here. Must be City Hall here. Over to our right. And then to our left is the park. But it looks for the most part it's closed. I can see that normally there's like a bandstand, a mural over there. But it's cool to see all the same. Up. I see some letters over there. And I'm here by the letters of Palenque because if you're not at the letters, or you even actually there, so got to take a picture in front of the letters here. Well, we are back here at the auto station here in Palenque, and I think that's going to do it for us here. Hope you enjoyed this little trip down to Palenque. If you did, please give me a like. Tell me what you think. What temple did you think was the coolest? And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.